So this is definitely a different type of video than what I'm used to creating. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Leah, and today it's a Q&A. I love to spend less and create more and share with you how you can do the same thing in your kitchen. And I've had different ones ask me where that came from. Did I just decide one day that I wanted to spend less money, that I wanted to fall into this category on YouTube? How did that happen? Honestly, it came from a place of necessity. I grew up in a very common household. My mom was an incredible chef. My grandmother was. Everyone in our house, our home, our family, relatives, we all loved good food and we enjoyed cooking it and spending time together. We never really had need for anything. We weren't wealthy by any means, but we grew up well. And when I got married, our life started that way, and things transpired with jobs and having a baby, and many things created a space in our life that did not have everything that we wanted. So I had to learn how to be really creative with our grocery shopping so that I could spend less and yet still enjoy what we had. So I was literally spending less and creating more, and then sharing with other people ideas and how I was doing it, the kind of meals I was making, the kind of deals that I was finding. And it was really just a small group of people close to me in my life. And for years, I had people telling me, you should put this on YouTube. And I always brushed it off. I never felt like I was the kind of person that should or could do that. There were other people who were good at it. And finally, one day I just did. But even though I went through those seasons and I came out of that season of less, I still have many of those habits implemented in my life today that have forever changed me. And maybe I don't need to purchase peppers when they're on clearance, but I still do, because I know the monetary repercussions of that as well as the environmental effects. I am able to spend less for myself and also keep it from being a waste. And if I'm able to spend less on my peppers, I can give more in other areas as well. So it's really a beautiful life to be able to spend less in one area, knowing that you can create more in another. So I guess that leads me into the next question, is what do we do with all of our savings that we don't have to spend on groceries? I would love to be able to give you a full video on it, like one person asked, and to give you a breakdown of what we spent our savings on and how that's going. But I don't keep track of every penny that I save. But I do know that our lifestyle has allowed us to be able to give back in other areas, whether it's paying off our own vehicle or purchasing a pool for our family last summer, or giving more to missions and charities, or just paying for someone's meal when we're out. And that's not to brag on ourselves, but it is so rewarding to know that we are now able to do for others what has been done for us during our time of need. And I do believe in the principle of the open hand. If you are willing to give of yourself, you are also allowing yourself to be given back to. And yeah. So the third question is, how does my family feel about the items that I purchase on sale, on clearance? My children don't know any different, so they think that's normal. But I also don't purchase anything that isn't good. My son, he's almost 8 years old, and he loves going to the discount grocery store with me. We'll go there occasionally, and we call it the treasure hunting store. It doesn't look like a normal grocery store. You do have to search a little bit for things, and he thinks it's fun. So he loves it. And my husband appreciates the savings. He's never complained about the quality of food that we have or anything like that. He knows, hey, oranges were on sale this week. That's what we have in the house. But we also have plenty of other items that he loves and craves and wants. So I don't neglect his cravings, if that makes sense. but he does. He really appreciates the fact that we spend less. So the next question is one of my favorites. I get it all the time and I elaborate on it a little bit. A lot of you ask about my business. I mention in my videos, oh, this is for my business, or this is left over from my business. I do run an in-home, unofficial catering business, and every state has their own regulations and laws and rules about that. I am able to sell to those who are comfortable with purchasing from someone who is not licensed or inspected. So it's really just word of mouth, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Eventually, one day, I want to expand and have a commercial kitchen of my own. I might do a food truck or just a storefront, catering orders only, but I have a kitchen that I work out of. So that is something that I am looking to, but yes, I do catering, and that is for lunches, meals, family style, as well as treats like cakes and cookies and cake pops and pies and all kinds of things. So I get to do that at home with my kids here. I get to work around their schedule. I'm able to be home whenever I need to be. I can go on vacations and trips and be gone for hours in the day, and it's wonderful. I love it. So the next question was how I got started with the catering. My mom taught me a love for it. I worked with her many times on big meals, and she actually sold baked goods to a coffee shop when I was younger. And it was something that I learned from a young age. You know, we're able to cook this. Other people enjoy purchasing them, whether it's a bake sale at school or a church fundraiser. My mom was always cooking and baking, and so I learned from her to do that, and it just became a normal way of raising money for events or anything. And one day I got to thinking about how I could earn some extra money to supplement some things that were changing in our lives, and it just felt like a no-brainer. So I immediately looked up the laws, what was permitted in our area, and I just texted some people that I knew and asked, is this something that you or your coworkers would be interested in? And just jumped from there. And now people just tell each other about it and say, hey, there's this girl, she works out of her house. If you want, she can make you meals, or she can whatever. And it has grown quite a bit, but it could definitely grow bigger for sure. So another question I had written down was, how did your mom influence your work? And I touched on that. It's just something my mom has always done. So my mom taught me all the basics, and I have been able to then use those and come up with more creative things that are personally mine. And I love that my mom had instilled into me at a very young age how to cook, how to bake. And I don't remember a time in my life when she didn't invite me by her side to cook and make things with her. I was always in the kitchen with her, and yeah, she influenced me from the very start, how to boil water to how to make cinnamon rolls. All right, so this next question, do you ever get tired of cooking? Yes, I do. Summertime is here, and it's just one of those times when I feel like I'm done cooking. I just want to be able to have all of my time spent outside. We like to go on little trips. We want to be camping and just outside all the time. And then I think, oh my goodness, I need to go cook dinner. I don't really want to. What's something that I can throw together in 10 minutes? So yes, I do get tired of cooking. And that's why I am a firm believer in having things that are prepped so that you can just put those pieces together and it makes for a really easy dinner. Because yes, even though I love it, I get tired of cooking. Absolutely. All right, so another question is, do you prefer sweet or savory? So both. I think my mom too has always been the one that will want something sweet after they have dinner. So you have like a bite of something sweet, and then that sweet makes you want something salty, and then you're like, oh, after that salty, just one more bite of sweet. So it's that balance of both. I for sure have a major sweet tooth, but I also really enjoy like a good salty soft pretzel or a good New York style bagel. I love buffalo spicy wings. So yeah, I love both. All right, so I'm wrapping up with the last two questions. The next one is, what is your favorite thing to cook? Okay, so I love making, this is a hard question. Honestly, this might sound cheesy, but the only thing I can think of is I just love cooking whatever it is that I'm going to be sharing with other people. So if I know that we're having a get together, a party, time with friends, that's what I enjoy cooking, is the meal that I'm going to share with them. So honestly, during the week, if no one's coming over and it's just for my family, I enjoy things that we kind of all put together ourselves. So like taco night, everyone gets in the kitchen and we all build our own tacos or taco salad or whatever. Burgers, everyone's putting their own things on their burgers. We're all involved. And I guess that really just comes down to, I love being with people, and it doesn't matter what we're eating. I want to be able to spend that time with the people that I love. So the last question is, does your husband cook? Yes, he actually does. He cooks really good boxed mac and cheese and frozen pizza. Oh my gosh, his frozen pizza is so good. No, he does not cook. He will come in and help me cook if I show him what to do, and just so that he can be by my side and we can spend that time together. Again, we're in the kitchen together. But no, he does not. He'll fry a bologna sandwich. He does not cook. If you want to see the previous Q&A that I did, Dakota actually joined me, and that was a really fun one. I hope that it was fun to be able to get to know me a little bit better. But of course, until the next video, I'll see you down in the comments.